afternoon. We'll have more updates on that as it becomes available. Well, Richmond City Commissioner Tammy Cole, Administrative Assistant Deborah Levasseur, and Planning and Zoning Clerk Tyler Stone have been honored by the Kentucky League of Cities with Level 1 Achievement in City Governance Awards. The KLC's City Officials Training Center recognizes and rewards city officials who dedicate themselves to continuous learning and professional development. By attending KLC events and completing external training courses, these individuals strive to enhance their skills and knowledge. KLC Executive Director, CEO J.D. Cheney praised the recipients, stating that their achievements not only reflect their personal dedication, but also contribute to better informed and more effective leadership for the City of Richmond. The KLC City Officials Training Center offers 4 levels of recognition, acknowledging the commitment to city employees and elected officials to public service. Congratulations to those award winners. Well, last Thursday, around 7 p.m., deputies with the Madison County Sheriff's Department responded to a dispute at the Kroger Marketplace in Richmond. According to the report, a wife had dropped her husband off in the fire lane to go into Kroger and wait for him, but the man had not been in the store long when he got a call from his wife saying she was being berated by a man behind her who was screaming and filming her. The woman then drove to the parking place, and the man continued following, screaming at her and recording the woman. The woman's husband returned outside where the 2 men started arguing. By the time sheriff's deputies arrived to interview the man and woman, they noticed a man filming them from the Starbucks outside area. The couple identified that man as who was, quote, causing all the problems. When deputies approached the man, they stated they could smell a strong odor of alcohol and determined that man to be intoxicated. The man was also slurring his speech and unwilling to identify himself or speak to officers. Since the man was involved in an investigation, officers told him they would have to arrest him if he refused to identify himself. After the man refused again, officers approached to arrest and detain the man, later identified from credit card as 75-year-old Virgil Lee Janeway of California. Police say Janeway resisted arrest. A scuffle ensued while cuffing him. Janeway was taken to the Baptist Health Richmond for treatment of facial lacerations and occurred during the arrest. After that, it was on to the Madison County Detention Center where he was charged with obstructing emergency responders, resisting arrest, and alcohol intoxication in a public place. Well, a recent incident that garnered nationwide responses involving a Richmond man has shaken the public's trust in organ donation system in the U.S. and beyond. The man, who was mistakenly declared dead, narrowly avoided having his organs harvested. The incident has sparked concerns about the accuracy of death determination procedures. While the exact details remain unclear, the case has led to a significant drop in organ donor registrations, both domestically as well as internationally. Experts emphasize the importance of rigorous medical protocols to prevent such incidents from happening again. They are calling for stricter regulations and increased oversight to ensure that accurate death determinations are made. This is an ongoing story, and of course, we'll have more updates as it becomes available. Well, on Thursday, Richmond police arrested a woman following an assault. According to the arrest citation, police were dispatched to Palmer Hall on Eastern Kentucky University's campus to stand by while campus housing employees made contact with a woman. Skybird Ocean. While en route, officers were informed that Ocean was pounding on random doors on the 5th floor. By the time they arrived at the scene, she had gone into a room and wasn't hers and began to assault a male occupant. When police entered the room, the man was trying to get Ocean off of him. Ocean was detained and restrained. The citation states that she smelled of alcohol. When speaking with other officers, Ocean said she didn't know the man in the room and was just walking around trying to talk to people. She admitted to having drank 2 beers. Police observed that Ocean was unsteady on her feet and her speech was slurred and determined that she was under the influence. Ocean was arrested on charges of public alcohol intoxication, first and second offenses, 4th-degree assault with a minor injury, and 2nd-degree burglary. She is lodged in the Madison County Detention Center. Well, another very warm day out there in the Bluegrass. Doesn't really feel like fall is ever going to make it here. Halloween just a couple of days away. We've got Sam in the News Center and the Weather Center to find out if it's ever going to cool off here in the Bluegrass.
Are you tired of the same food options when you're trying to decide what's for dinner? Let Mammut Bar and Grill in Richmond ease that burden. Their one-of-a-kind menu offers fine Mexican options, plus burgers, a large selection of sandwiches and wraps, pasta, steaks, seafood, and a full list of appetizers. You can please everyone on your guest list with a trip to Mammut Bar and Grill, located in Richmond at 2187 Lexington Road, across from Whitehall Elementary School.
We would like to invite you to join our family at Bishop's Small Engine Repair.
Outdoor Power has become a family tradition, with 3 generations here bringing you years of experience.
We will help you find the best selection of outdoor power equipment from Co-Cadet, Grasshopper, DeWalt, Makita, Echo, Shindawa, and now Stihl in our Georgetown store.
Or bring your equipment into our service department. We will keep it running for years to come.
And as with all families, we have to keep Mama happy. So come on in and see us at Bishop's Small Engine Repair in Richmond and in Georgetown.
Davis & Powell Funeral Home in Berea. From our attention to detail, a diverse staff, and the best aftercare in the business, there's no better local choice to take care of your family in a difficult time than Davis & Powell. Call in to discuss pre-planning and preparations so there'll be no additional burden on your family. Davis & Powell Funeral Home in Berea. For additional information, check them out at davisandpowellfuneralhome.com. Davis & Powell Funeral Home, always going the extra mile.
Are you considering a bathroom remodel? Think about this. Remodeling your bathroom without addressing the plumbing is like going to get a facelift when you need heart surgery. Plumbing is the heart of your home. At Fast Flow, we understand the importance of a well-functioning plumbing system. Our expert plumbers have years of experience in providing top-notch plumbing services. Don't just settle for a pretty face. Choose Fast Flow Plumbing before you remodel and keep your home's heart beating perfectly.
Call a pro at Fast Flow!
Granite, marble, and quartz for any surface. Make a lifetime commitment you won't regret.
Hey everyone, Jeremy here with the Red Poppy. We're not your typical small business. We're a full floral and gift boutique, plus serve coffee and refreshers, and we have several food options as well. Stop by our convenient drive-thru on your way to work, or let us deliver. Like us on Facebook and join us live at 5 each Friday, where we give away great gifts. So far this year, we've given away a trip to Vegas, a trip for 4 to Disney World, and lots more. Come see us anytime and take advantage of our full menu at the Red Poppy, 5006 Atwood Drive, Suite 1 in Richmond.
Welcome back to Live at 5 on WBON TV, Channel 9. Man, it is warm out there, especially if you consider it is late October. We've got Sam in the Weather Center going to give us a look at the forecast for the week ahead.
Hi, thanks, Grenelyn. I'm taking you out here. Look at this shot. This is just earlier today, in fact, still ongoing. Casper, Wyoming. Completely dry. An hour later, they're getting dumped on with snow. Pointing that out because it's all tied together here with our weather. We have this big trough. So this red lines are the upper level winds. And in that trough, cold air, of course, mountain snow. And then we have this big ridge east of that. And so they're playing with each other. And between the two, of course, we've got a frontal boundary. So that ridge is bringing in the heat out of the south. That's what's been keeping us warm, sunshine. And it's been nice, and we're going to continue that way. Breezy winds out of the south, in fact, increasing just a touch into our Wednesday and for Halloween. Now, Halloween, we start to see the ridge moving out. That's going to bring in some clouds and eventually a few showers. Looks pretty light as it moves east towards us late on Thursday. So kids out trick-or-treating may be able to get that in before it arrives. Could be around 7, 8 p.m. Difficult to tell at this point. And then we'll be clearing out for the rest of the day Friday and into Saturday. Temperatures cooling down. So we're looking at highs again close to 80, near record, 77 Thursday. Again, strong winds out of the south. And those winds diminish though on Friday. They could be over 30 miles per hour here on Thursday. And into the weekend though, just looks great. cooler temperatures, however. So mid to upper 50s out the door. Richmond here 56, Berea at 57, and Danville 57 there, Meadville at 50, and Irvin will also be in the mid 50s. So again, looking pretty nice. And here's a shot ahead. We'll be in those upper 70s, close to 80. A few showers late Thursday into early Friday morning, and maybe some frost Friday night.
Thanks, Sam. I think we'd all agree we definitely need some rain in the area. Just wish it wouldn't come on Halloween. But that's okay. If you want to look at that full forecast, of course, check it out at WBONTV.com. Well, Kentucky took a significant step toward legalizing medical marijuana on Monday. The state selected 26 businesses to cultivate and process medical cannabis. Governor Beshear emphasized the state's commitment to providing safe and affordable access to medical marijuana for Kentuckians with qualifying medical conditions. The lottery system used to select the licensed businesses was designed to ensure a fair and transparent process. The state received a large number of applications, and the approved businesses represent a diverse range of organizations. To qualify for a medical cannabis card, patients must have a qualifying medical condition such as cancer, chronic pain, epilepsy, or PTSD. The program is set to launch on January the 1st, 2025, and is expected to provide relief to many Kentuckians. Well, two individuals, Adam Hayes and Brittany Slaughter, both of Williamsburg, have been indicted on multiple charges in connection with the tragic murder of her 4-year-old Chloe Darnell. The Whitley County Commonwealth's Attorney's Office has filed an intent to seek the death penalty for Hayes. Darnell's body was discovered in November of 2023, and authorities believe she suffered abuse before her death. Both Hayes and Slaughter have been charged with murder, abuse of a corpse, tampering with physical evidence, and other related offenses. Monday morning, Zachary Rankin-Lyle, the suspect in a triple shooting in Winchester, entered a guilty plea. According to officials, he pleaded guilty to 3 charges of first-degree assault under extreme emotional distress, which were reportedly amended down from charges of assault and 2 counts of first-degree wanton endangerment. The shooting occurred in March of 2022 on Ashland Avenue, where 3 people were shot in a car and survived. As part of Rankin-Lyle's plea agreement, it was recommended he be given 15 years in prison. Formal sentencing is scheduled for December the 5th, and we'll keep you up to date with details on that story. Well, the Auditor of Public Accounts in Kentucky has initiated an investigation into the Cabinet for Family and Health Services following reports of foster children being housed in office buildings across the state. Allison Ball, the state auditor, expressed deep concern over the situation, stating that numerous complaints have been received regarding children sleeping on cots and air mattresses in office settings, often without adequate supervision. The Commonwealth's Office and the Ombudsman have been tasked with conducting a thorough investigation into the matter to identify the root causes of this ongoing crisis. The goal is to ensure that Kentucky's vulnerable children are placed in safe, nurturing environments that provide the necessary resources, stability, and care. It is reported that hundreds of foster children have been subjected to these conditions for an extended period. The Ombudsman Office is committed to advocating for the rights of Kentuckians and to holding CHFS accountable for providing quality care to those who rely on its services. Now, with that, we're going to take a quick break, but don't go anywhere. Michael Watkins is back in the sports studio right after this. He's got all your local Madison and surrounding county sports updates. That's coming up next here live at 5.
Hey y'all, it's Sawyer.
And Gus and Petey.
From Hicks and Punson, Kentucky lawyers.
Sawyer, can I ask you a question? If size matters, why did David beat Goliath?
That's because it's not the size of the dog in the fight that matters, it's the size of the fight in the dog. If you've been hurt in an accident and want local lawyers who will fight for you, call Mr. Josh Nydad yet.
Call 859-777-7000 or visit honestdealers.com.
Who makes the best meal in Richmond? Nuevo Vallarta. Friendly service, a place that's good for kids and good for groups. Head to Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond. Nuevo Vallarta is known for warm hospitality, great prices, great food, and the best fajitas in town. Start with an appetizer, order a la carte, or choose from their huge menu of Mexican favorites for grown-ups and kids. Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond.
How do you protect your family during a disaster? Have a plan of action for tornadoes, floods, earthquakes, and for an incident at the Bluegrass Army Depot. Know what you will do and how you will contact each other. Having a plan helps to keep you calm and not panic. Visit EstillCountyEMA.com to get started today. Plan today for a safer tomorrow. CT Diesel Performance is now located at 2269 Enterprise Drive off Duncannon Lane in Richmond. Chris Dorn and his staff have moved to help better serve their customers to a bigger and better location and are here to still offer you the best in getting your vehicle to its peak performance. At CT Diesel Performance, they service all your automotive needs. No job is too big or too small. Like CT Diesel Performance on Facebook to learn more about CT Diesel Performance. Now located at 2269 Enterprise Drive in Richmond.
At Jones Family and Cosmetic Dentistry, we make it our priority to deliver the gentle, compassionate care that you deserve from a dentist, offering single-visit restoration on crowns, bridges, inlays, onlays, and veneers with CERAC. Jones Family and Cosmetic Dentistry is equipped to handle all your dental needs, from surgical implant placement and restoration, teeth whitening, root canal therapy, and more. And we now have the Cone Beam 3D technology for taking scans of the jaw. For your next dental appointment, call Jones Family and Cosmetic Dentistry at 859-985-0201.
Are you looking for a brand new SUV that won't break the bank? Look no farther than Jack Burford Chevrolet, home of the newly redesigned 2024 Trax. Bigger, bolder, more refined, and starting under $25,000, the new Chevy Trax is really upped its game. Come see us at Jack Burford Chevrolet in Richmond or check us out at jackburford.com to see everything this new Trax has to offer.
It was a special homecoming Saturday this past weekend as many alumni came back to Richmond to celebrate and watch the annual football game. The Colonels are now 4-0 at home this season, and earlier today, Coach Wells looked back at a fun weekend for him, the team, and fans in today's Mammoth Bar and Grill Sports Report.
The Eastern Kentucky University football team remained undefeated on homecoming Saturday in Richmond as they defeated Utah Tech 28-17. The running game for the Colonels was dominant as the team ran for 287 yards on the ground in the victory. Earlier today, during his weekly press conference, Coach Walt Wells talked about the victory and his team's performance, which just so happened to come on his birthday.
Beautiful day it is today. What a great weekend it was here in Richmond, KY, as we were able to pull off a homecoming victory against Utah Tech. And really proud of our football players and our coaches for coming out focused, ready to go. Thought we handled our business well. Thought the defense came out and set the tone early with a couple of things that they did. And then obviously the scoop to score for the second score of the game was huge. It gave us a 2-score lead for the rest of the day. But really proud of both sides of the ball and our special teams. Great homecoming crowd. Glad to have our students come out in full force. And then we had a lot of lump backs, a lot of former players. Come back Friday for practice. So it was just a fun weekend to have. Now we turn the page and get on the plane and head out to Fort Worth on Friday and take on the number 7 Tarleton State team that has played really, really well. I don't think they've had an FCS loss since we played them last year for homecoming. And I don't say that in any disrespect. It was a double overtime game. And we were fortunate enough to walk away with the win on that one. So really, Coach Whitman's done a great job with that team. I looked at their offense, the whole offensive line that played against us last year is back. The 2 running backs are back. The 2 receivers are back. Quarterback's back. So very familiar with what they do, as far as those players and how they've grown and gotten better. Defensively, they do have some new pieces, but still have the core of guys back, and they're playing outstanding defense too. So it's going to be a great challenge. It's going to be a heck of a fun weekend, and or at least I hope it is.
It was a busy weekend with many alumni and former EKU football players coming back to Richmond to partake in homecoming. Coach Wills talked about seeing some faces he hadn't seen in a while over the past weekend.
Well, some of it I do, and some, like on Friday, a couple of them came by. Myron Guyton came by, Chris Guyton came by, Jesse Small came by. I saw Horst Miller at my luncheon on Thursday. Gosh, we're leaving people out. The regulars, were there, and so that you see every weekend, and then guys that just, I haven't seen a guy named, I said this in my post-game press conference, Gillespie. I hadn't seen Gillespie since he walked out the building here, and I left and went to Western and blah 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 blah, but we're getting ready to run down the hill. I hear somebody screaming my name, and I look over and it's him and his wife. And, they've got grown children now, and this, that, and the other. So I think it's just special. It's fun to see. It's something that is really unique and special to EKU because of all the tradition that comes with it, and so many players have played for Coach Kidd, and they want to come back. And I was fortunate to work for him for 6 years, and then Coach Holt's still around, and his group comes back, and with Dean for 1 year, but I've known Dean, knew Dean forever, and his crew are coming back, Coach Elder and then myself, and so it's just good to see all those many players.
Wells also spoke about seeing some of his own former players from over the last 4 or 5 years who were there this past Saturday to watch the team win.
It tells me, hopefully, that we're doing things the right way, and that we're carrying on the tradition that is here in the football department, in the football area with EKU football, that it's important to be proud to be here while you're here, and then it's even just as important to be proud to be from EKU when you're not here, and be thankful and grateful. And I think those guys are that. I mean, I talked to Shane, I saw him, I saw Drew Hart, I saw a couple of guys. I probably just missed Parker between those two guys, but it's good to see those men, and I'm proud of them. I'll never forget what they did for us, and so I'm glad to have you back.
Number 7 nationally ranked Tarleton State now awaits an EKU team who has yet to win on the road this season. We'll preview that matchup later this week. For another Mammoth Bar and Grill Sports Report, I'm Michael Watkins.
If you love local sports, you'll love the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show. Join your host, Michael Watkins, and Samantha Burford as they cover sports news for the greater Madison County area. Get your local sports news every Monday night from 6 to 7 p.m. on WBON Channel 9 and on radio at Y92.5, V99.3, and WKXO Sports Radio 103.5. The Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show is also brought to you by Aero Auto Glass, Nuevo Vallarta, and Bishop's Small Engine Repair.
And at the half, EKU leads state 21-7.
I love the way these look.
Thanks.
Yeah, go Colonels.
Is it here? Hey, Coach. It's right here, but shouldn't you be at the game?
Carry your favorite team with you everywhere you go with a new EKU branded debit card from CG Bank. No matter what season it is, always show your Colonel pride.
Has anyone seen Coach?
Heard the name Chenault Vineyards, but what do you know about it? Chenault Vineyards is a place for the community to enjoy. Central Kentucky's premier event and wedding destination with 5 event venues, full-service catering, over 13 varieties of wine, live music entertainment, seasonal food options, weekly themed Wednesday night out and girls night out, trivia, murder mystery date nights, and free yoga on the point with beautiful views. Everyone can find something to do at Chenault Vineyards. Want to know more? Follow them on Facebook and Instagram, or plan your night out at ChenaultVineyards.com.
Just when you thought it was safe to change the channel, WBON's Television returns. Haunted houses, sinister scientists, and voodoo villains are all lurking on Channel 9 in October. Every Thursday night from 7 to 10 p.m., a bone-chilling double feature waits for you. Terrorvision, it's a scary good show.
It's that time of year when we are day and night driving with our kids all over. Your car never stops. At AMCO Transmissions, we make sure to keep you rolling. We have the latest technology, certified technicians, and longest warranty to keep your vehicles running strong. We specialize in all foreign and domestic transmissions, drivetrain, or just general maintenance. Did you know at AMCO the average customer saves $1,800 in comparison to the dealer? And AMCO has a longer warranty. Come see us at AMCO Transmission for the best service and the cheapest prices around. AA MCO. Welcome back to Live at 5. The Kentucky Transportation Cabinet has announced a postponement of the closure of Fishing Creek Bridge in Kentucky 80 in Pulaski County. The closure, originally scheduled for November 6th, will now take place on Monday, the 11th of November. The 7